We've all heard it. Resilience is about bouncing back. But here's the thing. Leaders aren't balls. You are not designed to bounce. And back to what? In this episode of Thrive at the Top, I challenge the outdated resilience narrative and introducing a better and more powerful definition. Resilience is the speed at which you return to base. I share a personal story from a recent business trip that reminded me what real resilience looks like, especially when everything feels out of control. You will learn the 4-part resilience that every leader needs to know. What your base actually looks and feels like. Why self-awareness isn't just emotional intelligence, it's risk management. And the one action you can take today to strengthen your leadership resilience. This is Mabel, and welcome to Thrive at the Top, the podcast for leaders in high-pressure environments who are done with surface-level solutions and ready to move from clarity, care, and strategy. And today I want to share some powerful insights from my recent trip where I attended the Employee Wellbeing Conference in the Middle East in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and why this moment is a turning point for leadership, well-being, and organizational accountability. Because awareness now is no longer enough. We are at the age of infrastructure. Globally, leaders are waking up to the fact that workforce well-being isn't just about perks or one-off mental health talks. It's economic. Unwell workers cost the global economy up to $1 trillion per year in lost productivity. 60% of workers cite poor leadership as a driver of stress and disengagement. And in high-pressure sectors like aviation, construction, and the resource industry, the impact is fatal. From burnout-related injuries to pilot-assisted crashes. Well-being is now a safety issue, a performance issue, and a leadership issue. And all countries like Saudi Arabia are taking this seriously, which is what I loved about being part of this event. Saudi's vision 2030 is clear. Human capital must be nurtured. Quality of life must be enhanced, and productivity and innovation must increase across all industries. This is not possible without well-being at the leadership level. Yet, we are still seeing across mining, logistics, energy, and aviation is that it remains performative well-being. Mental health is mentioned in value statements, but it is not measured in culture. Not integrated into the WHS systems, and not built into team operations. So how do we then move beyond awareness? This is where we come in as Complete Wellbeing Global, because this is what we do. We help leadership teams in high-pressure environments shift from awareness to infrastructure using our SAFE Pillars framework. Let's start with the S, self-awareness. Your leaders cannot lead well if they are burnt out, emotionally reactive, or unaware of their own pressure patterns. We train teams to recognize, to regulate, and to respond before the crisis. Let's talk about A, accountability. It's not HR's job to carry mental health alone. We work with executive teams to map accountability right from the boardroom to the baseline. Let's talk about F, foundations. This is the heartbeat. We help organizations embed policies, return to work pathways, peer support systems, fatigue protocols, and structured diagnostics so that care is practiced and not just promoted. And lastly, but not least, empowerment. We normalize storytelling, feedback loops, psychological safety, and team voice across cultures, genders, and industries. What are our recommendations as from us? If you're a Saudi-based company, a multinational company, or sector leader preparing for Vision 2030, here's what I recommend. Number 1, stop benchmarking against awareness. Start benchmarking against embedded systems and risk controls. Number 2, invest in leadership training that includes emotional safety. Most burnout starts at the top and trickles down. 3, conduct a SAFE Pillars diagnostic. This gives you real-time data on where your organization is under strain and where to intervene. Number 4, localize well-being programs. Cross-cultural competence matters. We help translate policies into practice across diverse teams. And number 5, built-in aftercare, not just EAPs. Return to work protocols for mental health must be compassionate and trauma-informed. So as I close, you don't have to choose between productivity and people. And you don't have to wait for burnout or backlash before you start doing something about it. And you don't need another well-being webinar. What you need is a framework. What you need is a strategy. And you need the courage to lead differently before 2030 arrives. Book your workplace safety and resilience consultation with our team today. We're already working with forward-thinking leaders across the Middle East, Australia, and Sub-Saharan Africa, and would love to support your team too. Until next time, lead well, live well, and don't just survive at the top, thrive.